Hello and welcome back to Sales Success Unplugged. I'm Michelle Terpstra, your host, and I am so excited to talk about discovery calls today. And I want to talk specifically about how you talk about the price of your offer, collect payment, and start working with your dream client right away. Now, make sure that you hit subscribe so that you're first to be notified of any new content that comes out. And of course, send me a message if you'd like to see something. We are going to be breaking down some really important pieces today. So I have worked with hundreds of online coaches, service providers, and consultants. And I will tell you, a big repeat theme that I see is literally being afraid of money. Now, our money relationships are so important. They play huge roles in everything that we do, and everyone has a very unique relationship with it. But as it specifically relates to sales, I want you to think about when you're on a discovery call with someone and it's time to ask for the sale, collect payment, get contracts signed, rock and roll. If you hesitate to have that conversation and instead you say, great, I'll send you some details via email, you have an off relationship with money. Now, I want to help you with some practical tools right now, which I'm going to break down on my handy whiteboard because this is school, right? This is sales school and we need to have fun learning about it too. So we've got bright colors, happiness, big smiles, and we're going to break in to the money talk. Now, if you are looking for a specific framework, a step-by-step framework for your discovery calls, be sure to go and grab my Discovery Call Success Pack. The link is in the comments below, in the description below, and it is the fastest way to have 80% yeses come your way in 30 minutes or less. Now, I'm going to be breaking down the money part of it. Some of this is covered in the Discovery Call Success Pack, but I'm definitely adding in some extra juicy bits for you today as a thank you for being a subscriber. Now, if you like the content that I'm creating, please be sure to share this with your friends, your family, your fellow entrepreneurs, and hit subscribe if you have not done so yet. Now, before I jump in and start to do this, I would love to know in the comment section below if you have ever been on a discovery call, a sales call with someone. They said, yes, I want to work with you, but for some reason, you did not send them the information for payment, get the contract signed, and instead you said, great, I'll be sending you some information later. Now, I want to talk about a few things. So first of all, I want to talk about how confusing it can be for a potential client when you end the phone call with, let me send you some information. All right, so number one, no, is let me send you some information. Why is this so bad? Now, first of all, this is exempt if it's a custom proposal. Okay, so if you don't know what exactly you're going to be offering them, it's something that's a little bit more complex, then I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. So I'm going to make myself a note about complex proposals right here. But if you're providing a one-to-one coaching or consulting offer, and almost every single time it looks a little bit the same, you can have a standardized contract, maybe you need to tweak a few things, but it's something that can be done in under a couple of minutes during a call, then I want you to do this actually on the call. And then afterwards, we'll talk about complex proposals and what you should be doing in those situations. But back to this, the number one no-no is let me send you some information. I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, you may think your offer is really clear. You may think your pricing is really clear. You may think a lot of things, but unfortunately, potential clients get really confused. I've been on the receiving end of it, and as a sales coach, you can bet that I provide some helpful feedback so that they don't make the same mistake with other people. But what's super important about this is that it gives you an opportunity to really get that finalized yes, because until someone pays you, it's not a yes. Let me say that again. Until someone pays you, it's not a yes. So why not just get the payment while you're on the phone, right? In my preferable format on Zoom. Okay? And that's what you'll learn in the Discovery Call Success Pack as well, is the power of Zoom sales calls. It is the fastest way to get money and get a yes. Now, the reason why let me send you some information is not good is because it offers too much time for people to get confused, to overthink things, maybe go have conversations with other people. If someone is ready to say yes to you, it is really in your best interest to complete the transaction on the phone call and the Zoom call. And the reason why that this is so important is, like I said, people get confused. I've gotten confused and had to go back and forth, and you don't want there to be any friction between you and a client, right? And friction being defined as just making it harder to work with you than it needs to be, okay? So if you're using my Discovery Call Success Pack as your methodology, you will see in there that I teach you exactly how to send the payment link over Zoom, the contract, close, onboard, motivate, all of the things, but you should be doing that if you have the ability to have something kind of standardized in the background. For me, I even create, and this is a bonus tip, I even create a deposit link in my Thrive Cart. So I use Thrive Cart for most of my checkouts. If you're interested in checking it out, it's an amazing platform for both tracking all of your affiliates, your referrals, and getting people checked out super quick. So I'll put that in the description below if you're interested in looking at that. But everything should be immediately going through it. But what I have created is that sometimes with my private consulting and my private coaching, there's clearly some custom options to work with me depending on that scenario. So I created a deposit link. So it's a $500 deposit and it holds your spot for whatever we're talking about. And I collect that over Zoom immediately, bonus tip, okay, to make sure that I can get the financial commitment immediately so that we can start working together, even if it means that I need to send the rest later and collect the rest of the payment later. Okay? Now, you might be thinking, Michelle, you're crazy. Nobody actually ever does that. And yes, they do. My clients have it happen to them all the time, and it happens to me. I would say that close to 90% of my Zoom sales calls literally end in collection of funds. The other percentage of them are either just not a good fit, right? Or it's a custom engagement that I need to sit down, map out, and send out a formal proposal. Okay, so the number one no is let me send you some information. What do you need to have prepared? What did we talk about, right? So a payment link, a contract, and an onboarding call scheduled. Okay, now, I'm not known for my beautiful handwriting, but this is helpful. All right, the other thing is that if this is a group program, this is even easier for you, and you can train your sales team to do this, your social selling team, all of the goodness, because there is no modifications. You have your options to join the group coaching program, you get them checked out, okay? But for one-to-one service providers, this is a really, really great strategy to get things closed and sealed. People are gonna have questions like, do I pay now? Is there a monthly plan? Is it one call per week? Is you get this? Do you get this? Do you get this? And it's just easier, you guys. Just do it here on Zoom. Grab the Discovery Call Success Pack if you don't have a framework for this, okay? Now, let's talk about complex proposals. So with complex proposals, this is what I recommend. I highly recommend that you walk through your thoughts, your initial thoughts on that original Zoom sales call. Perhaps you are presenting a slide deck, or you are going through some options, collecting information before you hang up, because it's likely that they're going to need another call in order to close. And congratulations, because this is probably a really big contract, and that's okay if it takes 2 calls, right? I want you to schedule the second call while you're literally still on the first call. The reason why is because you will present that proposal live on another Zoom call. The reason why this is so important is there's going to be questions, and what do we not want? Friction to purchase. So when you get that second call, make sure you are ready to collect payment, get contract signed, and schedule your onboarding call. All right, so I hope you love this mini training about how to feel comfortable with money. Ask for the sale and get it. Once again, if you need a little bit more help on this, I would love for you to go and grab the Discovery Call Success Pack. And remember, hit subscribe and let me know, what did you think about this training? Like, I need comments. I love comments and I cannot wait to read them, respond to them. And perhaps you have an idea for a next piece of content for me and I would absolutely love to use it. Till next time, happy selling.